That's right, girl. I'm a strong, independent black woman. Oh man, guys, this is coming to us from Ebony. The pressure of being a strong black woman often leads to depression. Being a strong black woman can be related to increased stress and maladaptive coping that can result in depression symptoms. This is written by Jessica Bennett. Look at that picture. Okay. Though many of us have felt the pressure to live up to the strong black woman narrative, a new study suggests giving into that mentality could do more harm than good. You think? A new study reported by SciPost suggests that African American women who are naturally strong and self-sacrificing are at higher risk for depression in the United States. No. When we were conducting focus group discussions, many women mentioned being strong black women or looking up to strong black women in the form of mothers, grandmothers, aunts, friends, celebrities, etc. And study author Jasmine Abrams, an assistant professor at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and affiliate professor at the Yale University School of Public Health, what struck me about the discussions was how women discussed embodying this role. It was simultaneously discussed as aspirational and overwhelming. Of course it is. Women spoke about how being strong helped their ancestors survive enslavement and Jim Crow, and how it helps them navigate present-day oppression and personal challenges. Abrams continued. In the same breath, they mentioned that the expectations of strength meant self-reliance, independence, and being overworked in service of others. Okay. So here's the thing, and particularly when it comes to the mythical strong black woman, deal is that it's a lie. You're still a woman. I don't want to sit here and say no, you're not strong, but the deal is that you're not built for the positions that you're trying to for that narrative. You're just you're easily overwhelmed. And we're not talking about some high pressure job situation. I mean, and this isn't just black women, it's women in general. I mean, how many times have you had the conversation, hey, what do you want for dinner? What do you want to eat for dinner? And it's just like a ding, 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 ding. Like the indecisiveness is real. And I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, all women are like this. But on average, yeah. On average, and this isn't just broken down to race by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, all women who, feel or are, I want to say, indoctrinated into this belief that, oh, well, I have to be so strong and I have to do this, that, and the third. Like, the deal is that ultimately what you should be aiming to do is find a partner in which to, be able to really lean on as far as a source of strength. But the mentality that's been spread, and this is particularly in the black community, about how the men suck, so the women have to step up. It's like, it really is butt kiss. That's right, I use that word. The study, Underneath the Mask of the Strong Black Woman, Shima, Disentangling Influences of Strength and Self-Silencing on Depressive Symptoms Among U.S. Black Women, co-authored with Ashley Hill and Morgan Maxwell, consisted of 194 participants, all of whom identified as strong black women. Participants who agreed with statements such as black women have to be strong to survive tended to also agree with self-silencing statements such as, in a close relationship, my responsibility is to make the other person happy. And I rarely express my anger I rarely express my anger at those close to me, which in turn was associated with greater depressive symptoms. Deal is that is your responsibility. You have to pick someone who you can easily make happy. I mean, it definitely does fall down to choice. But yeah, in a relationship, it is your responsibility to, look after the happiness of your partner. And that goes for men or women. So I'm kind of just like, what are you talking about? Specifically, the self-silencing aspect, i.e. holding in negative emotions or pretending to be happy or okay when you really are not, is a pathway from strength to depression, says Abrams. Okay, so the whole self-silencing thing is just you just not falling into your baser instincts or your baser urges to complain for the most part. I mean, trying to find contentment, and not particularly happiness, but contentment in smaller things is a big part of life. The professor was sure to acknowledge the positive aspects of embracing the title as well, saying, being a strong black woman has many benefits, but these benefits can at times come at an expense. The benefits are that the cultural ideal helps women to cope with challenging circumstances, help ensure the survival of families and communities, and makes women feel connected to their culture. Okay, as far as the survival of families and communities, have you seen the black family recently? Because, yeah, it's trash. Not all, of course, but yeah, for the most part, the black family's trash. And if you're sitting here admitting that you're overwhelmed, then, I mean, how is this cultural idea helping you cope if you are also overwhelmed? And, well, what culture? I mean, as far as descendants, we truly don't have much of a unique culture of our own outside of what the media has portrayed for us. And that's really where the women fall in. On the other hand, being a strong black woman can be related to increased stress and maladaptive coping that can result in depression symptoms. And that's the end of this article in Ebony. They have a full link to the article, but I'm not pressing it because honestly I don't want to read all that nonsense. The ellipsis is that you make bad choices, plain and simple. You strong, you independent, you don't need no man. Congratulations, but you're lying to yourself for the most part, particularly after you have children, because unlike that article that I covered yesterday, this one doesn't even mention the whole single mother thing. This isn't even bringing that into account. So I mean, you can probably double triple that up for the single mothers of this demographic. So really, you're so strong, you're so damn independent that you kind of just you do it to yourself. You do it to yourself. It's your own neuroses. It's your own capacities that you're having a hard time reconciling with, because the deal is that we don't live on this planet alone. Nothing gets accomplished by yourself. If you became a single mother, guess what? You had a child with a dude. You picked that dude 9 times out of 10, unless unless it's a forced entry situation, or the or you're like a divorcee or a widow, something along those lines, unless the dude left you, or forced marriage. That was what I was thinking about. Forced marriages, but those rarely happen anymore. You, sweetheart, you made the choices that you made. Your life is as difficult as you make it. And so when you decide to, oh man, I want to be this great big executive or anything else like that, then be prepared for the responsibilities that come along with it. When you decide, oh yeah, I want to be a parent, and this is the big part for me, because if you want to be a strong, independent woman without kids, by all means. But guess what? When you sit there and be a strong, independent woman / single mother, and you make sure that you've gotten impregnated by a gentleman who's not really a gentleman, and and leaves you alone with the kids, then guess what? That's your choice. And there's consequences to your actions, plain and simple. And so I do enjoy breaking down the strong black women articles, because I find them particularly hilarious. So if you like this, like the video, sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice, share if you got a strong, independent black woman in your life that needs to realize that, sweetie, you don't have to do it alone. Just make a few better choices and you can be better off. And speak. I mean, do you disagree with me? Do you think that this is funny or no? I'd love to hear what you got to say. That's what my comment sections are for. And until the next video.